Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming exciting videos. Today we are diving into a topic that's been generating a ton of buzz lately, generative AI. What is it? Why is everyone talking about it? And what could it mean for the future of technology, creativity and more? Stay tuned as we explore the fascinating world of generative artificial intelligence, uncover its potential, and discuss some of the big questions it raises. From stunning artwork to complex problem solving, generative AI is reshaping what's possible across various fields. But what exactly makes it so groundbreaking? We will break it all down for you. The agenda for this video is as follows. We will briefly touch on what's generative AI, followed by exploration of history related to it. Next, we will go through the technological advancement it brought. After that, we will go through the business angle and associated ethical concern. Finally, I will share some of the resources that will help you start the exploration and deep dive into this topic. Let's first touch on what's generative AI. So in simple words, assume it's magic black box, which fulfills by understanding and converting your wish as output and try to make you happy. Here is one example. I asked in DALL-E 3 to create image of dragon resting in a big castle. I can agree it looks good to me. One thing to notice, the text is not descriptive or detailed. So this is like first draft solution to start brainstorming with. Now, if we look at the technical definition, so technical definition of generative AI can be put like this. Generative AI is subset of artificial intelligence capable of creating new content based on learning done from training data. This is the thing that actually makes it path-breaking technology, as the reason is that it is capable of generating derivative result of all the input variables that it actually learned from its training data. Sounds quite fascinating. Let's now go through another question that comes in our mind when we start learning any technology. How old is it? So on surface, if someone who is recently exposed to this technology, it's normal to think this technology is new. So even I was not aware much when I started working on it 1 year back. Generative AI foundation stone was actually laid the day the Turing test concept was formalized and shared with the society. After that, there are huge efforts done to mature the research side of this technology. Here is a timeline of technological advancement in this field. So we can see that it started from 1950 with the Turing test concept formalization. And if we look today, on 2023, we are actually now discussing about multimodal capabilities. For a time being, you can just look at this timeline and there are a lot of things that has been done over the years by the brightest mind to come up with at a position where we are today. Now, another thing, if you just go through the Twitter, LinkedIn and other discussions, so despite this technological advancement, the experts still believe that it is in its earliest stage. And reaching our artificial general intelligence level is something that is a far-fetched desire. But even considering it's in early stage, it still offers great potential of human AI collaboration if deployed for the right use cases. We will go through the possibilities in the coming slides. Let's now talk on the real thing, generative AI and why it's talk of town. As we saw, there was a lot of effort going in this field from 1950, but one proposed architecture that changed everything was released on 12 June 2017. The Attention is All You Need paper. The paper titled Attention is All You Need came out of Google, drafted by a team of 8 brilliant scientists. It took an idea from 2014 about attention mechanism, originally proposed by Dhanu and his team, and pushed it into an entirely new dimension with what we now call the transformer architecture. This wasn't just another research paper. Some say it is the cornerstone of modern artificial intelligence. Why? because transformers have become the backbone of those massive AI models we talk about all the time, large language models. Initially, researchers were looking into boosting machine translation skill, but what they quickly realized the potential for much more, like answering your burning questions or driving what we see today in multimodal generative AIs. So let's unpack it and see why it's so pivotal. So fast forward to November 30, 2022, OpenAI used a part of transformer architecture, decoder only, and harnessed scaling law training on huge corpus of web data and training architecture. Like they actually used a huge number of GPU to train the large language transformer based model and released a public version of GPT technology. This was never seen technology and caught attention of the world. Within 5 days, we can see it actually crossed 1 million users. The number didn't stop or slowed down. Within 2 months, they reached 100 million users. If we look at the other tech companies' time span to reach this limit, it becomes clear how quickly this tech adoption was happening. If we look at the today number, it's around 1.6 billion visits per month that OpenAI gets. Now, as this technological adoption was very rapid and disruptive, this led to rust between the other sleeping giants, and we can see in 2023, mostly all of the great technologies are trying to capitalize on this technology, some being open source, releasing their tech for free for the public users, but still OpenAI is at top of the leaderboard. So that leaderboard we can always check on the Hugging Face. Now, as the tech gets in hand of people and getting deployed in production, people quickly started realizing that LLMs are not perfect and is prone to hallucination. Some call it feature and some call it a problem. There are multiple reasons for hallucination, but one major reason was shortness of training data in requested context by the user. In simple, LLM are not good with extrapolating the behavior out of its trained pattern. This led to release of new technology called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. The RAG system works on principle of grounding LLM to provided context data. Assume it like an open book exam. Effort is to augment LLM with external database. It has its own challenges, but let's not discuss today. In next video, I will deep dive into that. Now, the shortcoming of RAG is interpretation of the data from the provided context and the context size window. To understand it simply, imagine the context size as the size of the book that you can provide to the LLM to refer. Some LLM provides 4K context, some 32K and some 128K. Here comes the Google, which released a model with 1 million context window. The question comes, will it kill RAG? The short answer according to me is no, as it can be helpful for other applications, not to replace RAG. Here is one example that I really liked. Time this task will take for a team or a single person, but AI can automatically do this for you. This is why the correct choice of use case is paramount, else AI projects can swing both ways. Now let's move to the next slide and see what are the capabilities offered by generative AI. Generative AI offers multiple capabilities. It is trying to touch all the fields where new content generation is required. If we take one step back and think, are we not all trying to generate something new out of our learned knowledge from past? The same thing this technology is also trying to do. The first feature exposed was a chatbot which can converse with human and provide a response on the asked query. Here is one example taken from this OpenAI example book. The next feature that got introduced was to generate images. Lot of companies these days offer near to mature solution. For example, you can check Midjourney, which is quite advanced in this field. The following image is generated using the OpenAI DALL-E 3. Even we can create music as per our mood. There are tools that offers to mimic the voice of well-known people and convert them as we require. Taking the individual capabilities further, multi-modal capability was introduced. It means in the same conversation, you can use text, image to text, text to image, audio to image, etc. Currently in OpenAI chat, one can do web search, image generation, image understanding, code interpretation, audio to text in a single window. Then the next question is that what if this individual task can be subdivided as a smaller task and AI can work collaboratively to provide final output. Keeping this in mind, OpenAI actually released a GPTs, which are a smaller version of the GPT, and you can actually write you can actually write the features that this GPT has. And suppose if a user is asking some input, what are the smaller tasks that need to be carried internally before providing a final response to the user. Taking it one step further, there are dedicated agentic tools which are mostly tool driven, and they allow this AI to work in a collaborative manner to reach a final objective that has been asked by a user as a prompt. Now, it is also rumored that GPT-5 will come equipped with this feature, and that is something that on Twitter and LinkedIn, if you are closely following the experts in this industry, so they are actually calling is a first step towards the artificial general intelligence. And if you want to explore this, I will suggest you can explore the AutoGen and the LangGraphs. So they offer ready-to-use features for this agentic behaviors. Now the next big breakthrough that is recently introduced by OpenAI is Sora, in which if a user provides a prompt as a query, so automatically it will generate a video for you. So let me play one video that has been extracted from the examples shared by the OpenAI team. Now taking this to next level, there is one video that is created using the Runway AI, in which starting from the images frames to video generation and audio generation, everything was done inside using the AI itself. So let me play that video.
It's impossible. We were wrong. The signal is lost. The future of humanity is on this ship.
The power over the universe is in this artifact.
Sarah, help me,
Another hugely affected area is coding. So what this generative AI technology can do is that, based upon its learned pattern of all the discussions of debugging and other things that has been done on the web, in context of your Python, C++ or any other programming language, it can allow you to write some codes from scratch. Or even suppose if you are working on some code and you are facing some issues, so instead of going to the Google and doing the manual search, what you can do is that you can directly ask the GPT technology, and it will provide you the debugging guidelines. So GitHub Copilot is a well-known tool that is actually acting like a copilot inside your Visual Studio IDE. So you can directly install and start using inside that GitHub Copilot. The another thing is that if you want to explore the different IDEs, Yeah, one thing I will suggest is that just look for the cursor AI. So that is also gaining a lot of traction these days. Now, finally, let me share one video with you. So I will put a reference link of this video in the additional resources. So I will strongly suggest, if you are interested in this technology, please go through this video. It will give you a very deep dive of all the technology that generative AI offers, and definitely a better view of things that we discussed in this slide. Now, let me play some of the quotes from the tech leader of the industry so that we can get a feel of where this technology is actually moving towards. And also, the another thing is that this generative AI is quite disruptive technology. So the reason is that it is targeting both low end or the new market foothold. So that's why this generative AI is quite disruptive in nature, and maybe over coming years we'll see a lot of the buzz will is only going to increase. It's not going to reduce. Now let me play this video for you so that you will get a better feel. After the release of ChatGPT, there is a huge influx of money into this market segment. To emphasize on this, let me quickly show some of the biggest news. So, as per this forecasting trend, so if this prediction is correct, then by end of 2030, the total market cap of this industry might reach around 30 trillion. The next thing is that these training of these models requires a huge infrastructure of GPUs. So we can see that there are a lot of investments that has been done by this top tech companies in this area. So mostly if you look at the higher side, it's the Meta and Microsoft. So they have approximately near to GPU computing capacity around 150K. Now, if we look at the Mark Zuck comment, so it's not only the 150K is not something that he is aspiring for. We can look at this. They are actually trying to build a compute infrastructure which will consist of more than around 600K H hundreds equivalent of compute. Now, the one of the major competitor of OpenAI is Anthropic, and Anthropic has also got a lot of traction and investment from the other competitors like Amazon and Google. So Amazon has invested 4 billion, Google has invested 2 billion into Anthropic. The another news that actually broke the internet was that Sam Altman was looking for 7 trillion of investment to build a AI hardware infrastructure. And this is one meme that I took from the Twitter. But in a recent news, we can also see that Microsoft and OpenAI, they are planning for a 100 billion data center project. So maybe Sam might get $7 trillion of investment in coming years. Now, the another thing is that generative AI is something that can be creative or might be giving illusion of creative as per the some of the experts, but it still poses its own challenges. The most prominent challenges are ethical challenges are as follows: that how to protect the copyright in this AI world, then biasness in AI, privacy and surveillance, and AI and the jobs. So I will just quickly go through some of the examples that resurfaced in recent past, after which people started using this generative AI. So if you reach to this point, so I really want to thank you.
And if you like the video, please share, subscribe to your colleagues so that they can also benefit from it. And also you can actually hit on that bell notification icon. So next video, what we are going to do is that we will go into the deep dive of the RAG system, and we will see that how prominent it is and how to utilize those things in your day-to-day life, and along with how to deploy that RAG system on production. So thank you, and see you in next video.